what a hole in my gym pants taught me about personal development and success. Hey guys, so today I wanted to keep it short and sweet and tell you a really embarrassing story because why not? And kind of an aha moment that I had. I was talking to my husband about something that happened to me this morning. And of course, my brain literally thinks in podcasts, like topics. So I'm like, what can I talk about? And I said, I know. I had a huge freaking hole in my pants this morning when I went to CrossFit in the crotch, and I had no idea that it was there. And the reason why I want to tell you this story is because of how I felt in the moment, how everybody was reacting to me, and how I related this to success and personal development and growth, and how you feel successful as a parent, how you feel successful as a business owner, in your marriage, life, money, time, energy, whatever it is. So I'm at CrossFit. I go to the washroom. I got my gym pants on. I'm pulling them up, and I go, shit, there is a frickin' hole in my pants. Where did this come from? I did not notice this, right? I put my clothes on before I got there, went to the washroom while I was there. I'm like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. And I'm not even wearing underwear, guys. And it wasn't like right in the seam. It was kind of like off to the side a little bit. You know when you buy, these were Nike pants, but they have like the nice little triangle right in the little lady vajay area. So it was like off to the left a little bit, like down the pant leg. But like if I'm sitting with my legs open, it's like, hey, Heather, I can see you. So I had to be mindful of this, right? So it wasn't like it was a huge rip down the seam or anything like that. And I'm like, okay, I got this. As long as I don't like bend over too quickly. Oh my God, that would be so embarrassing if my pants just like ripped right open. It didn't. But if I could bend over, I didn't want to bend over. If I had my legs open or something, if we were doing an awkward like movement, then someone could have seen the hole, right? And what was in the hole. And I'm like, okay, don't want to see that. So I'm continuing to do my workout, and I'm being conscious that I have this hole, right? So I'm watching myself, and I'm like a little uncomfortable, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like be mindful. How are you putting your legs? How are you, whatever. And so it was really I wasn't in it. I wasn't being present for the workout because I was so freaking paranoid of this hole. And so I'm watching the people around me. Nobody has any idea that I have this hole in my pants. Nobody cares. Nobody's paying attention to me. Why? Because they're paying attention to their own shit. They're paying attention to the holes in their pants, or how they feel in their clothes, or, are they doing the movements properly? And it had me thinking about this concept of like limiting beliefs and our thought process and what we think about ourselves and how we think about the world and what we think about each other. And you've heard me talk about projection, right? We're constantly projecting our own insecurities onto other people of like, oh, look, right? We're judging other people because it's a self-reflection of a judgment that we have in ourselves. Everything comes from your mind, right? Your thought process. So have you ever, been in a relationship with somebody or had a friend and they're like, oh my God, I didn't want you to be mad at me for this. And you're like, wow, I didn't even think about that. Like it didn't even cross my mind. It wasn't, that this person was afraid that you were judging them for that thing. It's that they were insecure about that. So they had to bring it to your attention to make sure, and you had no idea because it just wasn't on your consciousness, but it was on their consciousness. So of course, me being me, I had to bring up my hole to like the other ladies, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I have a hole in my pants. They're like, oh, you can't even tell, right? So I had to bring it to their awareness to just be like, hey, can you see my hole? And they didn't care. They weren't judging me. They're just like, oh man, that's happened to me. That sucks. And so I got thinking, how does this have anything to do with success in business and life and parenting and relationships and all of this? And we all have holes, right? These are our insecurities. These are the things that we're constantly mindful of and going, I'm so embarrassed. I hope nobody can tell. Oh my gosh, what if they catch me? Oh my, oh my, oh my. Like the self-doubt that creeps up and the worry and the guilt and all of that shit. We all have our holes. And like nobody else understood or even like cared that I had a hole. They just still accept me for who I was, Heather, imperfect and all. So my little aha for you today on This Is Easy is, yes, you are imperfect. I am so freaking imperfect. And I want to know, like, what is your hole? What is the thing that you do that you're so consciously aware of all the time and terrified that people are judging you? When they don't even notice it. And if they do, they're not making fun of you for it because it's just a part of who you are and they've learned to accept it because they have those same insecurities. What is your hole? All right, guys, that's my podcast for you today. Thank you so much for listening to these podcasts a day on This Is Easy. It's easy. We can have holes. We're still human. We can make shit happen. What do I have coming up? Well, we're still taking applications till the end of the month for the Mom is in Control Mastery Program. This is a 8-month intensive program for women who are ambitious go-getters. Most likely you are a business owner or a woman who wants to start something. You have this ache to make a bigger impact in the world. You want to raise your level of consciousness in your parenting, your relationships, your money, your time, and your energy. Head on over to momisincontrol.com/mastery and fill out the application if it's something you feel called and connected to. I also have some updated testimonial videos that I put on that website. So if you want to hear from some of the women, then head on over there and watch those videos as well. I will be doing some free trainings on Facebook, and if you want to join our private Facebook group, this is where they're going to be happening. So head on over to my website. It's just my name.com. So heatherchauvin.com, and you'll see at the top where it says click here to join that Facebook group. Join the Facebook group, and that is where the magic will happen. So thank you so much, guys, for listening, and we'll talk tomorrow.